Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Donovan Loss.
I'm Sky Roses.
I'm Justin.
Workaholism is something that has become somewhat of an epidemic in the United States. We have this grind mentality, and so everyone's trying to get ahead, do more, be more, have more. My name is Jeremy Bennett, and I'm someone that has struggled with this myself. Especially when I was in my young 20s, I wanted to do everything I could to be at work, to show that I wasn't a slacker, that I could achieve something. And I'm here to tell you that that's not a good way to live. And if you haven't struggled with this, I bet you know someone that has. So first, I want to make a distinction, right? So there's a difference between having workaholism and just being an engaged employee. And so someone that's a workaholic, they can't help it. They are compelled to be at work. And it's something that they may not enjoy doing, but it's something that they can't get away from. An engaged employee is someone that loves what they do, is passionate about it. It's people would say their passion project. It is the source of joy in their life. And so that's an engaged employee, right? And that's not someone that we're talking about here. And so as Schofele says, a workaholic is someone that is being pushed towards work, whereas an engaged worker is being pulled towards it. And so I want to talk about three different things here. So I want to talk about how your work is going to suffer, how your home life is going to suffer, and most importantly, how your health is going to suffer. So firstly, your work output is not actually going to be any better. It may start high, right? You might start very good because you're engaged and you're working hard and you're getting after it, but you're going to slowly burn out. You're going to be mentally exhausted and fatigued. And as pointed out by Clark, at some point, you're not actually giving your employer anything more by working all of these extra hours. There's actually no benefit. You're only harming yourself. Even more importantly is once you get to a managerial or a leadership position where you have subordinates that are working for you, a workaholic has a tendency to create a culture where people try and mimic the way that they work, and they expect their subordinates to have a work-life balance that is similar to theirs, where they're always available, always answering phone calls, emails, no matter the time of day, no matter where they are or what they're doing. And the problem with this, of course, is that it's, as Zhang points out, it's going to overtask your subordinates. It's going to cause them to physically and mentally deplete all of their resources. And then unfortunately, right, they're not going to have the adequate time to recover. And this is going to lead to a reduced output overall. You can start with a super high performing team and they're going to get after it initially. But over time, they're just going to tank. It's going to be a downward trend, and the employer and your employees are not going to benefit from this in the long term. This leads me to my second point, which is your home life balance, right? Workaholics have this tendency to report more work-family conflicts, and they have this problem with being away from work and not being able to handle how they themselves interact. And so as Andresen points out, actually this is a quote, is since time is a limited resource, it is natural that workaholism has an impact on the domestic front, right? If you think about all the time that you're spending away from your family, that's time that they're never going to get back from you. Those are time that your relationships are not building upwards, they're breaking down. You're going to cause rifts and drive a wedge between you, your family, your friends, those people that you care about that really should be the most important aspect of your life, because you can't get yourself away from this work. And let me tell you something, that's not a place that you want to be. I can tell you from personal experience. That dissociation, it can hurt, and it can take a long time to build those relationships back up once you've hurt them. And now that leads me to my third point, which is health, right? And so you could say, well, Jeremy, I don't have friends, and or I don't have family and my friends, they're all at work, so we're all hanging out together doing this thing. You could say, well, I'm not in charge of anybody, so the only person this is affecting is me. And to that, I say, yes, you're right. It is affecting you. It's affecting your health in ways that you had no idea. Stress is a common side effect. Burnout is a common side effect of this workaholism, right? And stress leads to cardiovascular disease. And as Aziz has pointed out, there is an extremely strong link between workaholism and then cardiovascular disease, which is the #1 killer worldwide. This is something that we should all be very concerned about, right? If our work is not doing well, if our home life is not doing well, if our health is suffering, what's the point of doing it? We need to do better. And so how do we do better, right? As a society, I think that we've glorified this grind set mentality where we want to say, oh, look how much work I did. Look how much time I've spent working. I gave up my weekends. I'm grinding. I'm making money. I'm making money moves, right? While money's not a bad thing, by giving up everything else, you're not going to be able to enjoy that money. What's the point if you don't make it to 55 because you died of a heart attack, right? We need to do better as a society and stop glorifying an illness. Other things that we can do are set up support groups in your area. They don't need to be flyers on the wall in a church basement like Alcoholics Anonymous. They can be, and that would be great. But sometimes it could just be you and 2 of your friends that are also struggling, and just getting together, having coffee, talking to each other about your struggles and how to do better, right? And sometimes it really is as simple as just putting down the phone and getting away, right? We are all so connected all the time, and workaholics especially, that is a struggle that we have. It's something that we just can't get away from, because now I've got this little brick in my pocket that, bing, oh, I better answer this work email. Boom, it's a phone call, and you just can't quite pull yourself away. There's always one more task, always one more email, always one more phone call that you can be doing, when you should be at home enjoying your time off. You already did your 8 hours, right? And so, in conclusion, I hope that you understand that there are no real work benefits. There are no family benefits, and there certainly are no health benefits. All of us can do a little bit better to help our brothers and sisters that need this help.